Okay. It's Wednesday, and I caught a half day at work. So I'm just out on the Harley on a Wednesday, random. With my last shop, I had to get some things, so I made a bit of a sacrifice. And I don't really have much in the house for the last couple days of the week here. So it's a good excuse to get out and test out what you're seeing here on the handlebar. Instead of the empty case, I have another camera mounted to the handlebar, and it is literally the shittiest, cheapest camera you can get on Amazon. I don't know, it's like under 30 bucks. It's ridiculous. Looks like it's a 3D printed piece of crap. It's really flimsy, but the case so far, the case kind of looks okay. Claims to be waterproof, just the case though. But testing it out, I'll see if I can actually get the footage off of it later. It was really hard with the sun. It's got a screen, a tiny little screen on the back side. And it was really hard for me to even see whether this damn thing was on. So a little strange for me to be running dual cameras. Unfortunately, I only have one mic, so I don't know how I'm going to edit this. But although I would love to do like garage videos of me working on the bike and doing mods and all that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe I'll get to that one day, but for the time being, living in the, I didn't get this old looking as weird as I am without some kind of, secret superpower. And yeah, it's knowing people's intent, even if they don't. Even if they don't know they're evil, I fucking know. It just shines on them like an aura. I can see it a mile off. Yeah, it's crazy how evil people just give off that energy. I'm sure there are people who know what I'm talking about. Ask anyone who's different or who's been picked on a lot. You get to read people real fast when you're in any kind of a situation where you think they're going to pick on you. But yeah, it's kind of a Bruce Lee moment in these cases for me, because I can't really react or respond, because that's what they want. They're trying to find ways to point me out, humiliate, marginalize, ridicule, and essentially rid me of any of my wealth. You know what I mean? Like, just the fact that I have any tiny success makes this type of person angry, and they don't even know me. Like, none of them have really spent more than 2 seconds actually having a convo with me, because part of it is me. I already know I don't want to talk to these people. But yeah, I can't even get out for a quick airing without having to deal with those people. Fuck. So frustrating. I don't like bad people. Making sure I still got a neutral light. It wasn't working when I was parked. Okay, dueling cameras. See if I can do this without fucking everything up. I've been at this little park near my house. Pretty nice. Yeah, I picked up some pizza at, ironically, I was looking for a local franchise the last couple months. Really, I don't do this very often. But yeah, I started the ball rolling about a week ago. And yeah, it turns out that Little Caesars, the one closest to my house, is the one that makes the Greek crust as per the franchise directions. A lot of the other pizza places here, I've got my helmet here and stuff, but I'll just show you. Keep yapping. But yeah, I parked my bike right here where I can see it, and I've got a couple of pizza boxes on the back. So hopefully it doesn't attract any dirt bags. But yeah, leaving the bike at all is a nerve-wracking thing for me. It's first year having it, and as I mentioned early on in today's video, I still have, it's better in the sense that I'm dealing with it better, but I still haven't gotten any kind of, I guess, justice with a couple of bad neighbors, but I won't go on and on about it. It just bothers me that now that everybody's aware that they're wrong, nobody bothers to apologize. You know, it's just the way of fucking haters, right? People come at me when they don't even know me or anything about me, because I look different, obviously. This is why I have to force myself to actually be on camera like this once in a while. I know it'll probably drive other people crazy, but I fucking love the way I look. I mean, if you went through what I went through in my life, you'd be pretty happy to be alive, really. I mean, with even one of my surgeries, I had a bone marrow bone marrow transplant, yeah, transplant and grafting, skin grafting as well. But it was the bone marrow one at that time. We're talking, I mean, I would have been maybe 14-ish, 54 now, so a while ago. But that was pretty brutal, and I was given a 50% chance of living, surviving it, because of the rate of infection back in those days. With that particular getting into opening the bone, they opened my hip and everything. I'm okay, but fuck, I walk with a bit of a limp even before I got hit by a car over a year ago. So I got hit by a car at work. No fault of mine. It was a road rage incident, but it was right after the ICBC law got changed. So they pretty much don't have to pay any money. So it's pretty crazy shit. But I might just edit out this whole rant about that. But I wanted to show the park again with all the beautiful fall colors. So it's pretty nice. And traffic was already getting bad. So I thought, why the fuck would I just rush right home in this traffic? I mean, I'm only a couple minutes from my house. So this is the 3 o'clock rush for the school. I thought I'll come here to the park. Nobody's here at the park at this time of day. So I'll chill here for a minute, have a little rant to the camera, sit down, maybe use my bike as bait, see if anybody's hungry. Oh, I need a real girlfriend bad, and the kind of girl that would be punching these Karens in the face at my strata. Mean ladies. I'm running out of, I don't know what it is, but they don't make what I want. What I want does not exist. So I'm married to an old Harley, and I'll just have to deal with that. Yeah. But I wanted to be on camera a little bit today. I was testing out that other shitty camera I got off Amazon. So yeah, I'll give it a couple more minutes and then I'll go home. My pizza would have been cold by the time I got home anyway, so I would have had to warm it up. But yeah, it's only Wednesday, and I've kind of run out of evening groceries. But life's hard when you're doing a mortgage on your own, and with interest rates the way they are right now, I'm going to be screwed when I renew. My payments will go up. I just don't quite know how much. I can handle a little bit if I manage it well, but if it goes too crazy, I may just sell. I don't know. I'd rather not. I need to go another 5 years. Hit 60, and then I'll have a small retirement Canada pension plan, they call it. It's about $700. Whoopee. Can't really live on it, but it'll cover a good chunk of whatever's left on my mortgage up then. So, yeah, pretty good. But this is pretty phenomenal weather. I'll do a pan around. Like, look at this little park with the paths and the rocks. Like, just right here, I like this bench because there's that little gazebo thing. My grandmother had one of these. Like, this kind of reminds me of my grandmother's backyard, to be honest. Those people were rich. And that's why I'm so bitter about my family. They all are so much better off than me, and they don't, not only do they don't share, but they fucking come at me like somehow, you know, I'm an embarrassment to the family because I was the one that was born different. So that's how it goes in my family. When you're different and have an opinion, yeah. They made decisions about me that affect me for a lot of my younger years without even consulting me. So I know a lot of adults are like, well, you were a kid, but yeah, it was really bad. It was to the point where I pretty much had to raise myself just because of the way things were. Like, I got hit by a car even as a kid, and nobody thought to sue that guy back then. Whereas I would have had a good chunk of money. But if they did sue someone, I didn't see the money. So, and I argued, I was about 14, 15 years old, and I argued even then with my older brother and my parents that I should have got money for that. The guy hit me in a parking lot. And I made him drive me home with my broken bike. And my brother was there, my mom was out of town, like that's kind of how we rolled. And yeah, my brother just didn't give a shit. He did get the guy's plate, but I don't even think he even told mom. Like, I don't know, man. But I tried to address it later. I remember getting in a fight with my mom over it. Like, why didn't anybody sue that guy or whatever? But they could have easily done it and not told me, because that's really how I got treated. I'm sure other people's experience of these people I'm talking about might be different. Like my aunts and uncles and all that probably have a different view of what my siblings and my mom was like. My dad ultimately let me down as well, but I don't want to trash talk him because he at least emailed me throughout my life and gave me like email support at least. So I knew he cared enough to read my fucking emails, right? So that was good. But unfortunately, the net result of the quote financial help from dad in life is less than $5,000, which includes my grandparents. So when I look at that overall, in terms of the $200 or $300 here and there that he put in my account, when I came up short over the years, when I added all up, including when Grandma and Grandpa died, I got $2,600. So my dad only ever gave me $2,000 or $3,000 over the years I was at school, and that was just small amounts of help, you know, whenever I needed it. But I made it through school. I had to pay off my own student loan, all that kind of stuff. But by the time he was ready to die of cancer, the people around him ended up taking everything, and we never got anything, like as far as I know. But yeah, here I am, the only one on the West Coast, single, ready to mingle. But it's tough, man. My heart goes out to any other guy right now in my age group, in the early to mid 50s. You're still active enough to think you should be doing something with someone else. But the reality is that anybody my age and single as a woman is just as fucked up as I am. So tough. Pretty good fall rant. But this is fall. Beautiful weather. And I feel better. Thank you, Internet. The Internet is my counselor. I'm sure other people and guys in my age group have this problem. They just can't find a good girl to hang out with. It's brutal. Now I'm a dirty biker as well. So all you other dirty weirdo bikers, peace. Wish you were here. But I feel like there's a whole group of people on YouTube that I should be hanging out with. But because we're all over the North America, we can't be together. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I don't live in Florida or California or Oregon or, I don't know, Washington. Yeah, so many good places. All right, I'm gonna get back on the bike, try to brave traffic and get home. And now that I've got a microphone and a camera, I just can't shut up. I'm such a shy guy until I get a microphone and a camera. So, yeah, I don't get out much. Okay, well, getting back on the bike, I realize I might have to edit that entire rant. Yeah, I had a pretty good rant there, so I'll probably have to edit a bit of that, but that's how I feel. I'm sorry, I don't have to, you know, I already don't have any friends, so it's not like I'm offending anyone. I mean, obviously I have a few acquaintances that I like meeting when we do archery and stuff like that, but these guys don't come to my house on a weekend, and you know what I mean? I just don't have that kind of contact with anyone. It's kind of sad. Maybe one day I'll get all social, but it's hard, man, especially with COVID and all that. That just made it worse. There we go. As long as I don't lose my pizza. Yeah, working a lot of overtime the last couple months. I find I'm exhausted all the time. Although I don't really have that excuse today. I've had a long weekend, extra long weekend, and essentially a half day of work today. So I am living the semi-retired life I dreamt of right now, at least this week. Fucking awesome, and the weather's good. I'm out for a quick ride. I gotta be careful though. You see the traffic just stacking up here. So this is when people get all uppity and they don't look. So just relax. It's not really a great run for the bike. Not really long enough. But I'm sorry, it'll have to do. I don't really want to be just ripping around randomly in traffic. This was worth it. I knew I wanted to get some food for tonight, and this is a little mall here. I kind of thought there was a dollar store in this mall, and I'm grateful there isn't, because I would have bought more junk food for tonight. And tomorrow night is Thursday night football, which sometimes I catch a bit of the game. I basically just use it as an excuse to eat a little junk food. And I'm very surprised my weight hasn't shot way up. I mean, I've got a few extra little Harley pounds, but it's not crazy yet. So it's only October, and I've had all summer where I'm not really riding a bicycle anymore. I'm doing this. Which is fine, nothing wrong with that, because my work, it appears that my work is almost enough. I'm very careful what I eat when I'm working, because I'm on my feet. I don't want to be all heavy and bloated. So I do a good job then, but I tend to overeat at night. So, like nighttime is my sweet time during the week. I don't eat sweets, I mean, but I take care of myself, right? I want to eat well, kick back, you know. But I don't really buy junk food or or eat a lot of junk food, but the pizza on the back of the bike right now, that's kind of, it's actually reasonably healthy, but it's fattening because of all the cheese and stuff, and the oil in the dough, and it's a good little Greek crust, pretty good. It's been years since I've had to rely on Little Caesars. They had one in Squamish when I lived up there. And I have to admit, even as a chef, there were nights I relied on that place being open all hours. The bike is finally idling a little lower. When I started it in the lot, it was idling quite high. I tried not to panic, but was like, it's definitely lowered down a little now. Okay, almost home. I have to resist the temptation to turn and do a little rip on Nordell Way. The traffic is so heavy, I just wouldn't enjoy it. I mean, yes, I might be able to get her up to 70, have a little fun, but then I'm going to hit a traffic light and it'll be backed up. So, yeah. It is what it is. I live in a very busy part of North Delta. Just the top of the hill. They call it, what the fuck is this area? They call it Kennedy Heights. Nice little area. And I knew nothing about this hood unless, well, other than the fact that there used to be a lot of gang activity here. But not so much anymore. Those boys all grew up. They all bought houses in here. They all have families. They're not doing that shit anymore. So honestly, my little area is normally pretty quiet. The building I'm in used to be a retirement building. They only opened it up in the last sort of couple of decades. That was basically a therapy ride. Don't really have to be shy about that. I'm not crazy or anything, but I really, as a guy, I think I pay more attention to my mental health than most men. Especially men my age. But after the hell I've been through in my life and, you know, kind of survived, and honestly, I think sometimes I'm flourishing, like I'm doing okay. I'm not rich, but I do well with what little money I make. And like I said in my other ride, I really think that dude in that limo was eyeing up my bike. There's so many guys that are way well off and wealthier and have the wherewithal to do all kinds of crazy shit I can't do. But the one thing they have not done that they maybe thought in the back of their mind that they'd like to do someday is what I'm doing right now. And the truth is, just like when I learned to sail back in, I don't know, 2000, 2001, when I bought my first sailboat, I just fucking did it. These things, you just have to do it. Stop dicking around, get off your duff, whatever your goal, your dream is, whether it's this or, in my view, maybe another sailboat for me. There's all kinds of, you know, the next step. So get out there and do it. Especially if you're wealthy enough to do it. I did everything I do on a fucking shoestring.